It's good morning from Harare. It's the one international between Sri Lanka and the West Indies in the Blue Mountain. It's the second one day of this Tri-Nations, the senior fair, and that is the West Indies who will be batting. Charles, he's got a decent amount of runs. He's got a good against Zimbabwe just 3 years ago, and he'll be batting with Craig. And Craig Braithwaite is a young talented batsman. He'll need to keep his game in that. He's only in his fourth match, 85 runs. He's in all hundreds, so there's quite a weight in Kulasekara. Now, known Kulasekara has been around a long time, and he's fast medium. You can see he's 34 years old, but he's strong, he's fit, and he runs in hard. Both sides will want this win desperately. Sri Lanka won against Zimbabwe, so the West Indies will know that they can't afford to lose. They want to come out. They've been practicing hard. They've been getting it all together. It's a young side, and it's all set to go. Kulasekara in for the first delivery. Now, there's a little bit of cloud cover around. Sri Lanka won the toss, elected to bowl first. There's predicted showers later on. I've got a local man with me, Tino Mawayo. Opened the batting in the Test series and has been around a while, knows the conditions pretty well, played against both sides. Good morning, Tino. It's all set fair. What do you think?
Good morning, Pat. Well, just talking about the wicket, I think it's a fantastic wicket. A little bit less grass than the other day. Harare Sports Club is renowned for just a little bit of movement in the first hour or so, and as the groundsman said a bit earlier, a little bit of water, good preparation, and as you can see, less cracks than there was in the first one. It shows that it's pretty hard. A little bit of grass cover, and maybe that'll assist the bowlers for the first little bit, and that's why Upul Taranga decided that after winning the toss he was going to bowl first. Interestingly, if we go back to the wicket that Zimbabwe and Sri Lanka played on 2 days ago, a lot greener, a lot more grass. It didn't really go around as much as people thought it would have. Nicely bowled. So just talking about the pitch, this was the pitch that was used in the first one-day international in this tri-series, Sri Lanka versus Zimbabwe. As you can see, the crack's a little bit bigger, a bit more grass cover, and a little bit greener. And I think Sri Lanka, having done so well at the top of the order against Zimbabwe, felt that today could be kind of the same situation with this wicket. Dabbed into the onside. First runs of the morning for Johnson Charles.
Remember that the West Indies have come off playing a one-day series against Pakistan, and they got beaten 3-0, so they won't be happy with that. They'll need to recover. We've got a couple of players, top players missing, two of their main batters, but other than that, it's a young places far away. Palakeli. 7 for no loss. 7 for no loss.
City Air Travel. Have you been searching for cheap air ticket sale? With best and lowest airfare guaranteed. City Air Travel. We don't just match it, we beat it.
So Sri Lanka and West Indies one-day cricket have had 54 matches against each other. 29 of those played in neutral venues. And West Indies have won 27 of those, Sri Lanka 19. We'll be looking to change that during this series. Big shot, down to third man, and he's gone. Good catch. We all know how Johnson Charles likes to get on with it. Hasn't had the opportunity to do it today. He's taken on the wrong one. Leading edge and down to third man, and a good catch taken. The West Indies lose their first wicket. Johnson Charles trying to get on with it early. And, not quite getting the connection he wanted, and that's the end of him.
It's a very good catch. It's a very, very good catch. It's swirling. The sun was in his eyes, and Luckmal has got his first wicket. He's on the board. He'll be pleased about that. Sri Lanka getting their first one. West Indies losing it. And Johnson Charles goals for 2. It's a big, big wicket. 7 for 1.
So West Indies have just lost their first wicket. Johnson Charles the man to go, and Evan Lewis the one to come in. Just the 2 matches, very early in his one-day international career. And a quick single. That's good cricket. Doesn't happen very often when you've just lost a wicket, but that's good from Craig Brathwaite.
I tell you what, he did well to catch it, because if you look at the shadow, you'll understand that he was looking straight into the sun, and that's what made it very difficult. If you watch his shadow, you'll see straight into the sun. And in fact, you can see telling it's swirling. They're never easy. Is there such a thing as an easy catch in a one-day international? I think not. Check, you see, swirling in the sun. And cut away straight to the man. This is good from Sri Lanka. They've managed to hold this bowling in modern day one-day cricket. Fielders up, little protection. These big bats smack the ball over the ring. You've got to get it right. It helps when there's a little bit of swing and bounce. It certainly does, and it even helps even more when you get an early wicket, because that just creates that pressure, that respite. Just looking for that swing and starting it too straight is like, well, sometimes it just doesn't swing on straight. Just 2 there. This is Lewis's career. In his second match. So he's only starting off in his career. Best of 22. He'll want to use this opportunity, will Evan Lewis. Quite a talent.
Pretty close to the wide line, that. Umpire Russell Tiffin, he's Zimbabwe's most experienced umpire, deciding that that's not wide enough. He's standing as 149th one-day international. Very few umpires, Pat, in the world who've done that. He must have umpired some of your games.
He did. And there's another good mate of mine, Maria Erasmus. I played against him. He's standing in his 67th. You know, we played against each other. In fact, we played with each other in the same side in South Africa for a couple of games. Very useful cricketer. Oh, that's a nice shot. That's a nice stroke. Off the back foot's always so pretty from a left-hander. The back foot It's always so pretty from a left-hander.
Brings us to the end of the fourth. West Indies, 12 for 1. So Johnson Charles the man to go in the last over. Beautifully played. Over pitch from Kulasekara. And very, very nicely played.
Yeah, no flourish to the follow through, just a punch and then just keeping the bat there. But timing, exquisite. Now the combined aggregate of matches for the West Indies is just 182. That's all it is. If you add up all the games, oh, that's going to go for 4 leg bars. Yeah, Kulasekara got it wrong, just down the leg side, angle down there always, never going to be easy. Yeah, so the combined aggregate of the West Indies side just 182. And when you look at it, Upal Taranga's playing in his 190th match. That's more than the total number of games played by Taranga's playing in his 190th match. That's more than the total number of games played by the West Indies. Kulasekara has played 175. He's bowling 175 one days. Add up all the West Indies games together is 182. So that tells you how inexperienced this West Indies side is. And the manager of this West Indian side, I was just having a chat with him this morning, is none other, that should be a wide, is none other than Joel Garner, the big bird as he was known. And Joel, a delightful man, so tall and so strong looking. He looks in fine health. He's a lovely guy, and he, for me, just represents the epitome of West Indies cricket. Just a real gentleman. Joel Garner, big bird. And just chatting to him this morning about the side, and he was just making the point that it's young and it's inexperienced, but they're keen to play cricket. And they had a training session before they came out to Zimbabwe. They first arranged to go into South Africa, and they practiced for a couple of days there, got themselves together. Had some challenges of late, but he's adamant that this is a young side who are making their way and are keen to play and have got talent. And Tina, we know talent's never been a problem for the West Indies.
No, it hasn't.
You bump the tree in Barbados and 10 fast bowlers and 5 proper batsmen fall out.
Exactly. We know the kind of flamboyant cricket they play. They're a confident bunch, always believe they can do well. You mentioned about some issues they've had of late, but that can happen. And as you say, you cannot question the amount of talent that comes out of the West Indies. It's going to be wide again.
What always amazes me that we often speak about the issues and problems at the West Indies, the things that happen in the West Indies cricket. But now, they have no issues. There's always something going down. Always something. From India, Sri Lanka have had their issues. Pakistan have got the issues. Dare I say it, Australia have got a couple of issues right now too. South Africa have had their issues. England have had their Peterson issues. So really, you know, there's very few countries that haven't had. And that's just part of life. And the West Indies have had theirs. It's been a bit extended. They've lost some great players. They've had some wonderful players. And they're in the rebuilding phase. And as long as they stick to the basics with the right people and respect the game and those that have gone before them and those that will come after them, then all will be good.
5 overs gone, 22 for 1. So just looking at that graphic just shows you the inexperience in the West Indies side. Johnson Charles 45 matches, Jonathan Carter just 14, and Jason Holder 46 matches, Suleiman Ben 45. And other than that, really, everybody is below 20 matches at this level. So and they'll be looking to use this opportunity to stake a claim for positions in this team. Hasn't been a lot of movement this morning in terms of swing, Pat, but what I've liked about the Sri Lankan bowlers is they've been steady, they've been consistent, they've hit a good area, and because of that they haven't allowed the West Indies batsmen to get away very quickly at the top of this innings. And I think that's the reason why we saw Johnson Charles trying to play that big shot,
Well, that would have been what Graham Ford, as I know him as a coach, is all about, really. Consistency, just doing the basics right, making sure that you don't try too much, just keep the pressure on. As you say, that's what they've done well. And that's what you expect from them, really. And also, it's what you expect of an inexperienced West Indian lineup to play these kind of shots, really. When you get tied down early on, just to see it through, just maybe push around a couple more before you go on one of those big expensive drives that's high risk and puts the rest of the order under even more pressure. If you're feeling the pressure and you can't score, you better believe the next bloke coming in is going to find it just as hard, if not more. But we all know that as cricketers we all make these mistakes in the heat of the moment. Oh, another stand up tall, just a single. There may be a case for putting a man catching just there, you know. Might be a case for that in that area.
Yeah, it looks like the ball's just holding up slightly from Shranga Lakmal's end, bowling from the Royal Harare Golf Course end. It's absolutely a couple of times Lewis has gone at the ball and it hasn't quite come off the bat in the manner that he would have wanted to. So maybe the man at second slip, or maybe at second slip still, would be good just in front of the bat and the batsman's eye line. Been a good start from Sri Lanka. 1 ball to in the 6th over, 24 for 1, and that one important wicket was Johnson Charles. They would have been happy to see the back of him. We know how destructive he can be at the top of the innings. And a good ball to finish. 6 overs gone, 24 for 1.
4 and over. Just going along nicely now, building. Braithwaite on 11, Lewis on 5. Some good shots have been played.
Rob Alden, well negotiated. It's been interesting. Kulasekara, we know him as somebody who brings the ball back into the right-hander generally. Today he's got a little bit of breeze going across him, and you can see today he's been getting that ball to go away from the right-hander, which is not something that he does normally. But I suppose at this level you must be able to adjust. This is in the last over. Gentle away swing, pitched up, hit beautifully through the line.
Yes, and the minute that happened,